Hi, hello, so today we're going to be doing another Reddit video. These are really easy to make and they're really fun to make for me, so you'll see a bunch of them. Maybe I'll start making 2 videos a week because I can just do the Reddit video for one. Okay, today we are going to be looking through Am I the Asshole for yaoi posts. Just like yesterday, I bought this yaoi hoodie on AliExpress and I wish I had it to wear today. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this where I wear the yaoi hoodie in the video. Am I the asshole for getting upset my boyfriend is following a yaoi account? For some context, I, 19-year-old girl, am in a relationship with my partner, male 18. We agreed that porn is not something we want in our relationships, and so we agreed neither of us will watch it. This extends to animation and cartoon films as well. So I was looking at his TikTok, they spelled that wrong. So I was looking at his TikTok following to find a creator that he follows, but I couldn't remember the name of them. I was checking out profiles trying to find it when I clicked on his profile. My screen was filled with inappropriate cover photos depicting anime men in sexual acts. When I confronted my partner, he said that he followed them because of one meme they posted. Granted, this singular video is his type of humor, but did he not check to see if they had similar content? He doesn't follow new accounts often, and this isn't the first time that he's done similar things on other platforms. Okay, maybe it's just me, but I think that rule that they have about watching porn is like, I would never do it, because there's plenty of stories that I like just plot-wise, but there's sexual things in them, and I feel like sex can be used in a literary sense, really, like it's important for some stories, and I wouldn't want to be like cock-blocked, you know? And I think, like, under the circumstances that they were under, where they weren't supposed to be watching porn or animated porn, I think they are valid to be upset under those circumstances. Are those circumstances stupid? In my opinion, yes. I think under the circumstances that they are under, I think you're not the asshole for being upset. Because you set those boundaries and he seems to have broken them. But also he did say that they've done this before and they've by mistake followed accounts before. I think you just need to talk about it. Maybe give him this one, and then if he does it again, but if he's done it before, then why is he being more careful now? I feel like this is a bit of a toss-up. Am I the asshole for reading yaoi? Happy Pride, y'all. Oh, that's 2 years ago from Pride. Okay, happy Pride, y'all. First, the groundwork. I'm a lesbian, mid-20s, finishing my graduate degree while working full-time. I have very little free time, for sure not enough to finish a decent book or video game in a reasonable amount of time between everything. So I've picked up comics, IRL and online. They're short, I could put them down for a long period of time, there's a ton of them, they're relatively cheap, if not free, you get the picture. Great way to keep myself entertained. However, I love the gay shit from time to time. It makes my heart happy seeing gay couples get a happy ending. The issue is a lot of the yuri comics are just porn. Little to no plot, not well drawn, just smut. It's not all of them, of course, but a good number of them, so I've turned to yaoi comics. Sure, a lot of them are also porn, but they at least have a plot, since the sex does nothing for me, and I can enjoy the plot and watch the cute gays fall in love. And the art is super pretty too, a lot of the times. The issue is I was visiting one of my friends the other day, we're both vaxxed, don't worry, and he asked to borrow my phone to double check if he was getting the best flight deals to see his parents. I handed it over, and as he was opening the new tab, he saw one of my tabs opened and recognized the title of the comic. Tale of the Yellow Dragon. Very good, would recommend. I may read that. He got super upset since he's a gay man and feels like those kind of comics are fetishizing and should be boycotted. Okay. He said I should know how it feels to be fetishized being a lesbian, so I should know better. If I'm not a gay man, I shouldn't engage with it. I pointed out that I'm not one of those, I'm 15, and if my son isn't gay, taking up the S25/7, I'm disowning him. Ooh. I'm a grown-ass gay adult who just wants to see some representation on occasion, and my own demographic is sorely lacking, so I'm getting my cute happy endings where I can. I'm more than happy to have the tabs closed around him, but he wants me to stop altogether. I said no, it's not like I'm using the comics to get my jollies off. So I'm not going to give up the happy endings that make me happy in my free time to make him happy. He got even more upset, yelled a bit, and cut our hang short. I've been receiving a bunch of texts from some mutual friends asking what happened. My girlfriend says she can understand both sides. We're literally a category on Pornhub, so she's right to be uncomfortable. But again, it's not like I'm getting anything besides a happy gay ending off of these comics, so am I the asshole? Even if you did get something from the comics, like, no, you're not the asshole for reading yaoi. I hate these people who are like, gay men are being fetishized through yaoi. Like, I hate people who are like gatekeeping yaoi and saying only gay men can read it, because like if we want gay content to be normalized and just like a normal thing, straight people need to watch it too. That's why so many different gay shows are like, I don't want to say watered down, but they're very cutesy and very palatable. It's because some people want straight people to read and interact with these things and become more open to it. I don't know, I just think the idea, as a gay man, I love fujoshis. This person is a fujoshi, and I love fujoshis. I've talked about it before. They're great. I'd rather have a fujoshi around than like someone who is weird like that and saying that certain people can't read BL. That's similar to saying like me as a gay man can't read Yuri. I don't know, I feel like this idea of gatekeeping is just really stupid. I mean, he's valid to be uncomfortable, I guess, but even though he's uncomfortable, he doesn't have the right to gatekeep someone else's joy. It's not like, and as OP said, they're not like getting their jollies off or whatever, they're just reading it. And like, it's none of his business. It's none of his business. I think TLDR or too long didn't listen to all of what I'm saying. It's none of his business. He came across something accidentally, and then he got upset because he didn't like it, but it's none of his business. It's not like she's reading it in front of him. It's not like she's asking him to read certain, like, there's nothing to do with him. Nothing. Am I the asshole for saying I don't like yaoi because I find them gross? If you don't know what yaoi is, Google it. Basically, they are Japanese gay fiction comics. Normally, the characters are young men, consist of a girly one and a manly one, and 99% of the times they have sex, and they're a lesser version of porn. Okay, not sure if that was completely true, but so far I've seen there about that. Me and my friend Alex, both 17, are huge manga fans, and recently she tapped into the yaoi genre and has been crazy about them. She started to recommend me some series which I have completely no interest in. I mentioned it to her before, and she just tried to rub it in my face and push me to read them. I then had to explain to her that nope, I don't read yaoi because I prefer action, drama, and horror instead of pretty boys getting along. She argued that it's for supporting the LGBT community and for educational purposes. Yaoi for educational purposes? Okay. Like Yaoi University. They are, as far as I know, drawn for straight females to appease their gay fantasies by female artists who likely have no idea how real gay people get along. That's not always true. There are some queer people who write it as well. I just feel that pulling out the LGBT card on yaoi is pretty disrespectful for the real LGBT community, especially since we've never really bothered with the community in the past, and she's doing it just to push me into reading yaoi. I then told her that I simply don't like yaoi because I find them gross. Alex has been going on and calling me a homophobe, and I told her to fly off. Am I the asshole? Saying it's gross, you could have been worded better. I think it depends on whether they find it gross because of the 18+ content, or they find it just gross. I think the reasons behind it, which maybe I missed something, but not enough info for me. I need to know why they think it's gross. Like, either way, okay, let's start here. Either way, reading yaoi isn't supporting the LGBTQ community. Like, some of it can be, because you're supporting queer content, which makes more queer content happen. Enjoying yaoi and supporting the creators is, in a sense, supporting queer people. Then again, this person's like 17, and I doubt they're actually paying the creators or like doing anything like that. But I feel like using the queer community and like supporting the queer community as like a push for this other person to read something that they obviously don't want to read is weird. People said not the asshole, so people obviously were not upset with what they said. But for me, I do need to know more before I say that they're not the asshole. Am I the asshole for not asking if my friend's wife is okay with us exchanging yaoi? Obligatory sorry for any spelling or grammar mistakes. I'm severely dyslexic and on mobile. I started writing fanfiction over a year ago. I posted on our fanfiction asking for some advice, and a very nice lady responded and offered to be my beta reader. An editor is someone who helps you improve. Let's just call her Kitty for short. We started talking about all sorts of things, and we became good friends. At some point, she asks me if I'm over 18, and if I'd like to see some fan art of my OTP, the characters I think would be a cute couple. I said yes to both, and after checking, she was 18+ as well. One day my boyfriend and I were talking, and I told him a funny thing Kitty had told me about her wife. My boyfriend was surprised to hear that she was married. He asked me if her wife was okay with us sharing yaoi. I told him I never asked, but I assumed it was okay. He thought that it was inconsiderate of me not to check. My thought process was, one, Katie's an adult, and if she wants to hide things from her wife, that's her business. And two, if I did ask her, she could have easily lied. Three, it's not like we're sending each other real porn with the intention of turning each other on. I'd say like 70% of the stuff we send each other is soft kisses and domestic shit. It's really more about the characters than the sex. My boyfriend still thinks it was rude of me not to check. Am I the asshole for not thinking about my internet friend's wife? Listen, if your friend likes the yaoi, probably the wife does too. They're married, they probably both like the same shit. Some of these posts just, they make it as though people are not like their own separate beings almost, like people are assuming that they need to check with the wife before interacting with their friend. As if the friend isn't their own like autonomous person who can do what they want. I think they're not the asshole, they're just sharing yaoi. They're sharing art, they're sharing fan art and supporting artists. I think that's cool. I feel like the boyfriend's just overreacting, and I think in a sense he doesn't like that they're sharing yaoi. So he's trying to push it on this other person who probably already knows about it. They're probably sharing photos, like the wives are probably showing each other different yaoi and photos and a lot of stuff. That was the video. I'm gonna go. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.